Hey guys, and welcome back to our segment that we actually now have a name for. It's a segment where we sit on the couch and chat about your comments. And congratulations to Michael Eats, who suggested the name Tech Feedback. Get it? Feedback?
Yeah, feedback.
Yes, which we liked, so we're going to use that. But internally, we're going to keep calling this segment Chat Bang, because it's kind of stuck around here.
Yeah.
So anyway, without further ado, let's get to the issues, shall we?
So the first video of the week was the robots telling jokes, which was the debut of the joke-a-tron 5000, where Jordan Rodkey wrote in and said, more joke-a-tron 5000, please, and thank you. Well, Jordan, we're going to try and bring joke-a-tron back. I love that little guy. Darkwall also said, if this is what happens when you give Scott Bromley free reign over segments, do more of that, was dying of laughter. All right, we'll do more of that.
This is just going to be the segment where we kind of stroke our own egos.
Yeah, we're just going to talk. Yeah.
Only the nice comments.
But then someone didn't like it. There's one guy, Lance Seidman, who said, that robot pisses me off. Damn robot can't even do base 2 binary properly. Actually, Lance, you should probably know that in the beginning of his binary, when he's dying, he's actually saying 8675309. His wife's name is Jenny. All right, so the next one is about the ice cubes that get you drunk, where the Kaishu wrote in and said, I can see this being abused for a race to who gets the glowing cube first. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's a glowing ice cube. Yeah, you're drinking to see who gets the red cube first. That's what makes drinking fun, because you're always going to get that text message. All right, and then Hal Peculiar wrote in and said, I just used a blender to decant a bottle of Pinot. I guess this is about as high tech as I get for drinking.
What's decant? What
it's where you pour the wine into something so you get all the.
Oh, it breathes.
It breathes. Yeah. So he put it in a blender. Why? Why would you? Okay, I'm not even gonna touch it.
Okay, so moving on to the Mega video from earlier this week. This is Kim.com's new venture, basically a relaunch of Megaupload that was shut down by the federal government. Mm-hmm. Gary Powell comments, encrypted files, don't that just make it a little more adventurous and challenging, like locking a door and thinking no one can pick it? Yes, I agree, but actually, they just announced yesterday, I think, that they will actually be providing a way to change your password. That was one of the issues, was that you can't change your password, they don't have your password, so that kind of limits their liability on the whole thing. But they did say that they will be building a mechanism where you can change your password, and that will make it maybe a little more usable, user-friendly.
Yeah.
And Jordan writes, I'll use it when it starts to work, can always use more backup space. Yeah, that's the thing, is that you don't have to use it for pirating. I mean, it can also be just like a Dropbox.
I mean, I was actually one of those people who lost the personal files when Megaupload went down.
Oh, really?
I didn't have any, I didn't actually have any illegal files on my Megaupload, and so I lost them and I can never get them back. So I'm one of those one of the few people who actually used it for its intended purpose.
Well, good for you.
Yeah. I'm a law-abiding citizen. So the next one is about the webcam spying on you, where the whole website with the webcams were actually leaking people's feeds online. So DH4774 wrote in saying, Google has disabled use of the Maps API for this application, which turns out is actually true. The website now says, thanks for your interest. The live site is now down and we don't plan to bring it up again. So you got that going for you. And then Mason Rogers wrote in saying, near Santa Monica, California, there is one of a doggy daycare or something. It's just 7 or 8 puppies in a room. Adorable. Awesome. That's exactly what I requested.
Can't they find a way to just keep just those up?
Yeah.
You know, just all puppies.
I think everyone who has their webcam up and on that site should just put a dog in front of the camera so we can just stare at puppies all day. Everyone loves puppies, right?
That's what we do anyway, right?
Yeah, it's the internet. That's what it was born for. All right, the next one is about androids and how they're for poor people. Boy, did people really just start commenting away in that.
Kind of an inflammatory title there.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
You know.
Well, okay, so here's the thing with the inflammatory title also. There was a lesson that we all had when we were in elementary school where your teacher gave you a whole bunch of problems to solve and said, read the instructions first before answering anything. And at the very last one, it says, don't do any of the above. So a lot of people were commenting saying that they have a Galaxy or a Nexus, and those are expensive. And yes, those are expensive. In the video, we said they were pricey phones, and then we went on to explain that the vast majority, a lot of Android phones were cheaper, on the cheap end. So Starkiss Glow wrote in saying, cheap phones are for poor people. Android can be on a high-end phone and on a cheap piece of phone. iOS can only be on iPhones. If you're poor and want an iPhone, you probably get an iPhone 4, which is free on a contract. If you're poor and just want a phone in general, chances are you'll buy a cheap Android device instead of an old iPhone. With iOS, you have 1 or 2 choices, and with Android, you have a lot of choices if you want a cheap phone. Exactly. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Also about that video, we put in a clip from The Walking Dead, which if you watched the show last week, we asked you to suggest a clip that we used. So congratulations, ERTH Raider, Earth Raider. You won a shirt for having us put that clip in, and I thought it worked really, really well.
Yeah.
It also spoiled the show for people who haven't seen it, but if you don't want to be spoiled, don't read the comments in that video, because the commenters spoil what happens in The Walking Dead.
You should watch the video anyway.
Yeah.
We don't mean that you shouldn't watch the video.
No, just close your eyes for like a couple seconds when The Walking Dead comes on.
Okay, so this next one is from Dirty Facebook, Clean It Up. This is a way that you can kind of start to purge the profanities and whatnot on your Facebook. And Dirty Joystick commented, people still use Facebook? I left the day my parents signed up. Are your parents on Facebook?
No, they're not.
My parents are not on Facebook.
No.
So I completely understand why that would incline you to get off Facebook. But I'm fortunate in that my family members and I kind of have a pact to not friend each other on social networks. So it's not an issue for me, but it's not an issue for you either.
No, not an issue.
But I can definitely understand why it would be.
Yeah.
And furthermore, Mr. YXUZ writes, oh, why don't you take this one? I think this one's for you.
Oh, this one is for me.
Yeah.
Boobs getting larger, or is it just me? Yes, they are getting larger.
They're looking really pretty.
I know, I've been eating a lot lately and retaining a lot of water, and I've been working on them a little bit. I think they look good. Thanks for noticing, I appreciate it. And yeah.
Why don't you give us a little chest hair.
Do we have any ice? Can I just ice them up and just, I don't know. Anyway, well, that just about wraps it up for this week's edition of Tech Feedback. If you want to see your comment on this show next week, keep on commenting on our videos, and you might just see your name up in lights or on the screen or whatever it is. Anyway, for TFN, I'm Scott Bromley, and this
is Annie Gaus.
And we will catch you guys on the flip-flop.
Chat bang.
Chat bang.